My tooth was chipped from the slap that my husband gave me after I confided in him that I was SA'd in the past, but now he is crying and begging for my forgiveness. So I and my husband have been together for 5 years now. We've always been a very happy couple. Everyone seemed to be a little jealous of our connection as we were always also best friends. He's a very sweet, hardworking man who seems to love me and wants me to feel secure. I've been roped when I was in high school, before we knew each other, by a classmate on a school trip. We barely knew each other, but one night he got into the women's bathroom when everyone was outside and roped me and strangled me really badly, so I couldn't run away. After that, I went to the police, but nothing happened. The police dismissed it because they didn't believe me and said I couldn't just decide to ruin someone's life one day because of a whim. I still did have strangulation marks though. I recently decided to tell my husband everything since I finally got the courage and stopped being ashamed. I sat him down yesterday and told him everything. After that, he put his face in his hands and then slapped me really hard. I could feel my tooth has been chipped. He then stood up, packed some of his clothes and left. I was crying the whole time and he only told me to shut the fuck up. I don't really know what to do. I didn't call him or anyone else. It's already morning, but he hasn't come back. Any help would be appreciated on how to proceed. I'm staying with my family temporarily since I don't have much money to my name. Update. So, oh boy, the whole thing is just a big mess. Let me start with that first. After I wrote the Reddit post somewhere in the morning, I packed some of my stuff and left. Fortunately, none of my valuable things were there, so that was the easiest part. I waited a few hours for a train and just went straight to my family house where my parents and older brother live with his wife. I told them everything that happened and that I had no idea why he could have done that since he was always sympathetic with me when it was getting hard. My brother's wife works in court and knows quite a few people, so she said she would help me resolve this. I feel like she was fuming the most out of all of them. She's truly a great person. 2 days later, we all decided to go back to the apartment to get the rest of my stuff. He was not home, and it seemed like he did not come back once after he left, which was weird. All the time I was so nervous he would come back. My hands were shaking. I had to go to the toilet because I could feel some things wanted to be freed really bad, to which my brother said, "Don't flush it. He deserves a last present." And so I did. I'm a petty biatch and so is my brother. Guess we really are family after all. But man, did that feel satisfying? I feel gross writing about it though, lol. My university is going to be fully online this year, so I don't have to go back to the city anymore, at least before graduation, and I can stay with my family for however long I want to. My uni also helped me get a therapist, which I'm meeting in a few days, so that's quite exciting, because I'm very eager to go guilt-free and finally feel relieved. As for my marriage, he finally did call me after about 5 days, I think, and was asking where I went. I told him to not worry about it since I'm going to file for divorce and hope he's not going to cause trouble. He started crying and saying that hitting me was a mistake and he's very sorry for disrespecting me like this. I told him I don't care because there was no reason for him to lay a finger on me. I also asked him why he'd do this, to which he replied something along the lines of, "I don't know, I suddenly got very angry and was frustrated that you didn't tell me before that you'd slept with someone else. I hope you've caught it," because he said slept with. Right then I was so done, I started half yelling, half talking through the phone. I told him, "Why would that even matter? I'm married to you." And apparently, he asked me at the beginning of our relationship if I'd slept with anyone else before, and answered him with no. Now I'm mad, so I yelled, "I was fucking roped, SX does not equal rope, you shuthead," and added that my lawyer will probably be contacting him very soon, so it's best for him to not call me at all and be compliant. He tried to backfire saying that it was not the main reason, but I just put my phone down. I'm wondering what other reason he tried to come up with to ease things up. I also got my tooth fixed at the dentist's. I was able to visit the next day somehow and it's now like new. The dentist asked me how it happened because it was in a really bad state. I told him I was hit, while not thinking anything about it. He kinda gasped at that moment and I said I was sorry for saying something so unnecessary. Afterwards, he told me he used better materials and I didn't have to pay him for them, only for the service, and wished me luck. I was kinda embarrassed, but honestly, I was so done with it, and the amount of support I got from my family, Reddit, and even the dentist guy was immeasurable. I stopped feeling sad about everything. I didn't take it to the police yet. I don't know if I will, honestly, because I really don't want to think about him ever again, and the whole situation is so exhausting. I will, though, be divorcing him very soon, and possibly getting a restraining order. I don't know how it all works yet, but my brother's wife has my back, so I believe it'll all go well.